You ready for this? Legends are buried beneath the sand. But I'm still out there. And yes, that's a spear in my hand. I've been around, you know, seen things that most men don't. And if you think about it, I've tried things that sane men won't. You can doubt me and you can talk some smack, but there's no one like me. And that's a proven fact. For when my arrow cuts the distance, it takes a lethal path. And though my quarry is elusive, they often feel the wrath. Yes! When the beasts are hungry, you learn to shoot fast. For dying's no way of living, and I try and make it last. And plenty tried to kill me. I nearly killed myself. But I wound up living, and now their heads are on my shelf. Who needs sights? They just get in the way. I'm a primitive hunter, at least that's what they say. It's not something to be proud of, it's just how it is. For my arrows do the talking, like poems from my lips. So if you're one of those who don't like me, go ahead and stick around. I'm about to work my magic. I'm about to cut them down. For more than 30 years, I have scaled the hills of southwest Texas. This vast wilderness intertwines rugged habitat that stretches from Del Rio to Rock Springs, from the Panhandle all the way to the Mexican border. It's full of exotic species, and one unique similarity to all of them is they love this rugged terrain, which keeps them hid and gives them security. It's extremely tough to bow hunt, and one animal in particular is almost impossible to kill with a bow and arrow, at least if you're spot and stalking. So today we begin the quest to arrow one of North America's most elusive beasts, the aoudad. Don't try to be like me, for I'm old, crazy, and have nothing to lose. Brought to you by SKB, keep your travels safe. Sniper Hog Lights, Bass Pro, Oneida Bows, and Mossy Oak, Relentless Pursuit's first choice in camouflage. It took me 3 long days to finally spot the first aoudad. And there he was. And from the looks of him, he's already looking our way. He easily has picked us out nearly 1,000 feet below. But the distance between us seemed to give him security, and eventually, he retreated back into heavy cover. It's steep, rugged, and full of cedar. After 3 long days of just trying to find one, we had no choice but to give it a go. Hours into the hunt, we somehow got lucky and spotted the ram lying above us on a tiny bench. And as I put the camera on him, I could just see parts of him. A horn, a nose, and there it was. Those big eyes, and he was looking right at us. He's maybe 50 yards ahead, through heavy cover. You'd be lucky to get a bullet to him, let alone an arrow. We inched our way closer, just trying to find a window where Carrie could send an arrow. But he vanished into a web of vast cover. You want to kill them when you get the chance. Aoudad are nomadic animals. Here today, gone tomorrow. And tomorrow they may be 20 miles away.
We're shot. I tried to get up on it, but it was so thick I couldn't get a good shot at it.
Carrie has become a great little bow hunter. But the Aoudad is the ultimate test. The challenge has been accepted. We've joined our good friend Martin Renee, and boy are we having fun. We're sure glad you could join us. Hey, stop what you're doing now and like us on Facebook, for you could win a hunt with me, or a gift from Mossy Oak, our first choice in camo. Cold steel knives, buck forage oats, Grim Reaper, Morel targets, advanced taxidermy, Fox Pro, Carbon Express. It's day 5 of our Southwest adventure, and we have crossed paths with the beautiful black buck. Searching for Aoudad, we came across the big fella high on the Chinoa cliffs. Wearing mossy oak, we held still and waited, hoping that he'd give the perfect shot. He's just a bit out of range. He kind of caught us off guard. We're out in the open. And eventually, he'd had enough. We had nearly walked the bottoms off our shoes chasing Aoudad, so by day 7, it was time to give it a rest. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here. I got the Tim Wells Slockmaster blowgun. You can get those off my website at theslockmaster.com. Got my reel on here, and by the time you see this video, I will have them on my website all loaded and ready to go for you with fishing points. So you just feed your dart down the barrel like that. All right, we got food and water. We're gonna go down here and we'll see if we can kill one of these fish coming to the surface. Martin's had a fish feeder that's been here for a while, so if the plan works out, we'll be frying catfish tonight. There he is. Oh yeah, got good penetration. All right. My first catfish. Slock me a catfish. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. My first catfish with a blowgun. And this is the way to do it. Go into a farm pond somewhere, get you on a private lake where you can bait them. And man, look at the penetration. That's amazing. That dude was in trouble the moment he got hit. All right, let's get another one. You gotta keep your drag real loose.
That way they really run when they're hit. Otherwise they'll snap your line because you don't have any give. Here he comes. He knows he's hit now. He's starting to put up a fight. Look at that. Oh, that's a big one too. I'll have to grab this one out of the water because he's too big to pull up. He's shot right in the gills. Oh, yeah! I'm going in with him. Yeah. Got you, you big sucker. Got him. All right. If I can get out of here without drowning. All right. Look at that big sucker. Yeah. He was coming up, getting that food. He was like facing me like this angle, and I stuck him right down through his gill. There sure is a lot of fun things you can do with the blowgun. Shooting fish is just one of them, but man, when you can get a big mess of catfish with your blowgun, shooting them at the surface, something new and something fun to do, can't beat it. All right, that's two. Still haven't got a bluegill yet, but they're a little faster, but give me time, I'll get one.
We've got catfish for dinner. No aoudad yet, but tomorrow things are going to change. For the next 2 days, the aoudad had all the luck. Although Carrie nearly got a shot, they just seemed to always come out on top. This big ram was rutting. He must have heard us or something, for he ran out for a look, came out of the thick stuff. But before he could get close enough and give Carrie a clean shot, he slid back into heavy cover. We waited for hours, but he never re-showed. But Carrie's no quitter, so we kept after him. And at sunrise the following day, we spotted another band of aoudad, far across the valley on a distant ridge. And there was a real dandy with them. He's got a hot doe with him. Hopefully, she keeps him distracted as we cut the distance.
That's a big ram.
He's a quarter mile across the gulch. And the wind's coming over the top of him, blowing down on him, so Carrie and I's kind of in a predicament trying to get him, but we're gonna circle up above him and then try to come in on the side. Hopefully he won't get our wind. And then Carrie's going to slock him with a Grim Reaper.
Eventually, we edged our way into where we had last seen them. We're now on the same level as the aoudad, and once you get on their level, if you do see them, they're probably going to be in bow range. It had rained the night before, and it didn't take me long to pick up their tracks, so I began to follow them through the thick scrub. Aoudads see well, and they hear even better, so we moved at a snail's pace. We had gone a long ways when, finally, I spotted him. Quickly, I sent Carrie in for the shot as I stayed back and filmed. It was a big ram. I don't know if it was the same one that was with the bunch or a satellite. It was almost as though he was standing asleep. He's just on the edge of bow range, She needed to get a bit closer for a good clean shot. She moved slow, too slow for my liking, but it was all out of my hands now.
Shooting at 32. Stand up straight.
Carries about 35 yards and cutting the distance. Finally, at 32 yards, she decides to take the shot. Yep, that's Carrie's holy crap look. At this point, it means she either shot right through the vitals or shot 5 feet over him, and I don't know which.
Imperfect.
Okay, you may have. She may have. It may be a good slocking.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Wind Scent, active vapor for deadly success.
Here we go.
Luckily, the Grim Reaper did a real number on him. It was a low hit, but the spoor came easy. And a big ram was at the end of the trail.
Look at this. This is a trophy. Oh my gosh. He's a giant.
That is a giant.
I can't even. He's a beast.
Holy cow. Dude, look here. Look at this. He's way over 30. Of course, you put that Grim Reaper right through, just missed the heart, but put it right under the heart. There's a lot of arteries that go through there. And when I replayed the video, we seen it hit a limb. And that's why we knew the hit wasn't what we were hoping for. So we gave him a couple hours and took up the track, and he did go a long ways. I have to admit, he went several hundred yards clear across over there on that mountain. He came back around down in the valley and up here.
Give us lots of blood.
A lot of blood though. He bled himself to death. But
I'm glad the wind was perfect. I spotted this guy. I had to close the distance on him. He was about 35 yards.
There he was, kind of just standing, basking in the sun or something. I don't know. I guess it was cloudy at the time we shot him. He was just hanging out on the ridge, and Carrie did everything perfect. Slid right in there and shot him at 35 yards. They're some of the best eaten animals in the Southwest, and what a beautiful trophy. We might even do a full body mount on that.
All right, buddy, go. All right, so you can see, you know, it's almost like a dang Cape Buffalo how big their bases are right here, but you always wonder how they can beat the crud out of each other and not knock each other out. Well, you see, I mean, this is just solid. I mean, it's probably harder than this rock right here, but you can see how he's all beat up from bashing heads together, rutting right now, and that's what we've been watching all week.
Let's talk about those eyes.
Yeah, the eyes too. Yeah, you can see they're more set forwards on their head, and they will spot you from miles away, won't they?
Oh yeah, they will.
They will stare you down.
We were on at the other ridge spotting over, and they were just staring right at us.
Yeah, they will stare you down, and they won't give up until you get moving or they get moving. They're not going to give up looking at you.
Talking about his hooves.
And then they have these giant feet. You wouldn't think that their feet are this big, but I mean, I got a big hand, and you can see the size of that hoof, and they can grip these rocks like no other. They can climb and run on this stuff that's crazy. I mean, you wouldn't even imagine walking on it, and we've been watching them chasing ewes on it all week.
Oh, this is a lot like myself.
Oh, geez. Yeah, right here.
Short, shriveled, and a little to the left.
Oh yeah, that little short thing.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I think it's a nipple.